Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another rolling stock review. Today we will be looking at a Scale Trains Kit Classic Union Pacific Evans USRE 5100 RBL double 8-foot door plug door boxcar that I have purchased secondhand. So this model is already assembled by the previous owner. And now, let's take a closer look. Alright, time to take a closer look at the packaging. In the top right here, we have the Scale Trains logo with the Kit Classics logo in the bottom center here, along with the Scale Trains website. On the top of the box, we again have the Scale Trains website, as well as contact information. Same with the left side of the box and the bottom. On the back of the box, we have a little bit of information about the car, mainly in regards to assembly and features, as well as the Scale Trains, the different lines of Scale Trains products. And then finally, on the right side of the box, we have the actual product information. So to start off with, we have a picture of the boxcar, which is partially covered by the price tag. I had bought this car for $25. It is an Evans USRE 5100 RBL double 8-foot plug door boxcar. Union Pacific, road number 451250. And then again we have the Kit Classics logo, and it is product ID SXT1018. And now, opening up the box, we have the car sitting in this two-piece cradle, which if I take that out, we find our instruction manual on how to assemble the car, as well as we have prototype information and warranty information. So if you want to stop to read any of this, go ahead. And now, opening up the two-piece cradle, we do have the car sitting in this softer plastic to help protect the paint. And here we have the car. And what the previous owner has also done is some weathering work on the trucks. But we will take a closer look at that in the next section of the video, which is coming right up. Alright, time to take a closer look at this boxcar. Starting on the head end here, we have our coupler box with a what looks to be a KD coupler. However, right off the bat, I can say that this coupler box is sitting way too far forward. It should be, the coupler should be way back here. Moving on, we have these grab irons on either side of the boxcar going about halfway up, with the corrugated paneling. And then on the right side, just under the roof, we have the reporting marks and road number this being UP451250. And now moving on to the side, we have this vibrant yellow coloring with our grab irons here. We have our molded in detailing for the plug doors with nice detailing for the locking mechanism as well. And we also have our riveting detailing, as well as we have our clearly defined panels. We have the Union Pacific logo here, right about beneath that the reporting marks and road number. And below that we have our capacity information. Along the top and bottom we also have the rails that are used for opening and closing the doors. And we have information about the functionality of the car on the side here as well. And then moving towards the end here, we have the Union Pacific shield. Now looking at the back of the car, we have our brake wheel here. But aside from that, the detailing is all the same as the front end of the car. And now looking at the other side of the car, we have all the same detailing again. Now moving on to the trucks. The previous owner did start with weathering them. They should be a black color, but the previous owner has painted them a darker brown color. And they have painted the bearing caps a blue color as well. The previous owner has also started weathering the axles, as we can see by the brown coloration here. And from that we can tell they were working on trying to get these wheels to take on a rusty color. We can see this on the underside here as well, on the actual axles and insides of the wheels. On the underside here we also have our brake line detailing and brake chain, as well as our air reservoir. And on the roof we have our, all around the edge we have our riveting detailing, but that is about it for roof detailing, as well as alongside our paneling detail. So all in all, a nice, fairly nice box car. It's got a good amount of weight to it as well. And next we will move on to the rip track segment of the video. Alright, welcome everyone to the rip track segment of the video. To start off with, we are going to verify the wheel gauge on this car with the NMRA standards gauge. Starting on the front truck here, the first axle. And I am spinning this through the gauge to verify all around. Second axle. Also engage. Now onto the rear truck. This one is a little bit tight, but still engage. And now onto the final axle. This one is also engage. Now to verify the coupler height. Starting on the rear coupler, we are dipping a little bit but the main issue is the coupler drawbar, which I will have to adjust. Now onto the front end of the boxcar. It's a touch low, but again, the coupler drawbar is the issue. So let's do some adjusting here. Right, that should do it. There we go. That is the front coupler. It is just it is almost spot on, just a slight touch low, so well within acceptable parameters. And now onto the rear coupler. And again, the same thing. So now, let's take this car over to the track for a test run. Right, everybody. This concludes my review of the Scale Trains Evans USRE 5100 RBL double 8-foot plug door boxcar. All in all, it is a very nice addition to my collection. I am currently using it as a buffer car for a oil train, which will in the recent weeks be growing a fair bit. It is running super smoothly. Coupling was no issue, though I did have to adjust the coupler drawbars as they were hanging too low. But aside from that, I have no issues with it. And in the future, I will more than likely continue weathering up the car from what the previous owner started. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!